What is up, comic fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark. Today we're going to be looking ahead at the new comic book day for January 18th, 2023, and it is a good one. Let's dive right in. Big shout out to the channel sponsor, Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out at their website, bigtimecollectibles.com. You can also follow them on social media so you never miss out when they are dropping this amazing heat that they constantly keep producing. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, hit up our good friend Justin over on Instagram for as little as $10 a book. He can take care of you. Be sure to let him know you found him through the channel or hit him with a promo code We Are Legion and take advantage of that buy two, get one free special promo offer he has for the channel viewers. All right, guys. This is a banger of a week. That first week of the year was pretty light. Last week was pretty tough, but this week is going in hard, and it is kicking off with part 2 of the 1 Minute War in Flash number 791, written by Jeremy Adams. We have the invasion of these speedster alien races here. We have the team split up. I'm excited to see how this is going to continue with the Flash family versus this alien race, all happening inside of Hyper Time. This is just fun. Good old-fashioned Flash fun. Next up, oh man, this one's going to hit hard on numerous different levels. It's World's Finest, issue number 11 from Mark Waid and Dan Mora. This title has consistently been one of the bangers. When it comes to monthly titles, you are hard-pressed to find something else dropping so good and so consistent. And we're going to see the conclusion to the Boy Thunder story arc right here. They had the big reveal in the last issue of who this character is, and it turns out it's somebody who's been around for decades, just told in a new light from a different perspective of his life. We have Batman, Superman, the Titans, everybody converging, and it looks like this is going to really be setting the tone for how the events of this character's life plays out, and maybe even to the point where you've seen him in the past. I'm all on board for this. Who knows where it's going to go from here? This title has been fantastic. Go back, pick them up if you didn't. If you're reading Lazarus Planet or Batman vs. Robin, it all started right here inside of the pages of World's Finest. I love that they're taking such flagship characters, treating them right, and letting it be such a tentpole title for the brand right now. We need more of this. Next up, something we need a lot less of, and that is Hulk issue number 11. So it is no secret this title has been trash. Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley could not do anything with this character worth reading, but here we are, issue 11, and curveball, Donny Cates is not on this issue. It seems like he has mysteriously just kind of fallen off of everything. Wonder what's going on. No crossover. Ottley's taking over this book. What's been going on with Donny Cates? I'll let you speculate, but Ryan Ottley is writing and illustrating this title where we see the Hulk inside an arena playing Godball. Who cares? But I'm going to pick it up nonetheless. I am not a fair-weathered Hulk fan. I'm getting this, getting Planet Hulk Worldbreaker, trash, and Joe Fix-It from Peter David, which is fire. So at least there is one good Hulk title out there, and that's better than none. So keep it on chugging with this so we get to the next creative team on it. Next up, another one. We're about to see the finale of a story arc with issue number 9 of Punisher. God, this is Jason Aaron writing this. This is another one of those ones that it's in the top 5 of the best ongoing titles on shelves right now. It has been stellar. We are seeing the story arc come to a conclusion where Frank Castle is like the deity for the Hand, which is an organization of assassin ninjas, and he is using them as their leader, taking an all-out war on organized crime syndicates around the country. And Ares is also running one himself, where he almost feels that Frank Castle is a lost disciple of one of his followers. He feels like Frank and him are almost like pitted against each other, with Frank being this supernatural deity for death in a sense. You have the god of war and a deity for death going head-to-head in this epic conclusion to this Punisher run. It will be continuing. It's just a story arc conclusion, but I am all on board for this. It has added so much context and personal touches to Frank Castle, his early years as a child, all the way through his early relationship with Maria, and into fatherhood and a family man, and how being Frank Castle and the Hand of the Beast really played such an intricate part in everything about his life up until this point. It also promises that by the time this wraps up, he'll already be getting pressed by the next problems in his life. So it'll be kicking us onto the next story arc right on the heels of this issue wrapping up. And then next up, we have another one of the Batman One Bad Day one-shots, this time focusing in on Bane. This one's going to be written by Joshua Williamson, so I have high hopes that this will actually be worth reading. Where That Riddler One Bad Day was phenomenal. One of the best single-issue comics of 2022. Mariko Tamaki could not continue that with Two-Face. John really damn sure couldn't do it with Penguin. Whoever wrote the Mr. Freeze one, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great, but I'm expecting Joshua Williamson to write something really enjoyable right here. He is definitely a writer that I follow closely. He just is on point. And watching him come up and improve and everything, I can see him being the next generation's Jeff Johns. He just has a love for these books, for the lore and the characters that is very, very unique, and it shows in his work. But in this story, Bane's going to be reflecting on how he was one of the few villains that actually broke the bat, put him out of commission. I believe this story is going to kind of target 3 distinct times in Bane's life. We're also going to be seeing him inside of a wrestling ring, reliving the glory days of beating Batman by beating up people dressed like Batman before he finds out that there's another strain of venom on the streets, and he'll stop at nothing to shut it down, whether that is to be the only venom-charged super beast out there, or he has other nefarious reasons. I don't know, but I will be checking this one out and finding out for myself. There's also an amazing 1 in 25 by Liam Sharp of this. I saw that in the listings, and now I'm thinking about curating some bonus books for a Legion Loot channel member giveaway of Liam Sharp stuff. I ordered the Star Hinge hardback, which will be going in an upcoming Legion Loot box when it arrives. I'm thinking of beefing out that box with Legion Loot Liam Sharp exclusives. That might be a fun thing to chase down and do, to throw out there for the channel members. Next up, I am excited for a Marvel title. Jerry Duggan's Invincible Iron Man #2, that gorgeous Cale New cover, is dropping. And man, I was so happy when I picked up this Iron Man #1 and absolutely loved the book. It was fun. It was fast paced. It set the tone. It had heart. It had emotion. And now in this issue, we're seeing Ironheart is coming for Tony. I don't know why they're fighting. I feel like who knows? But they're going to be battling it out for a little bit. I'm sure they're going to be siding up together after that to try to figure out who it is that's taking these assassination attempts on Tony Stark himself. I don't have a lot of comic book experience with Riri Williams. I kind of fell off a lot of Marvel titles before she kind of came into the limelight. So my first real time on the character was in, unfortunately, Wakanda Forgettable, which that didn't really do her justice, I don't feel, but I think she would have been better served in her own property. So I'm excited to dive in and get to see some of her in the comic books, because as in all literature, it's always better representations of the characters inside of the books than it is on the film. So I'm pumped for this one. I hope you're picking this up too. If you enjoy Iron Man, it's definitely worth picking up that first issue and seeing how this one hits for you. Next up, Christopher Priest's Black Adam continues with issue #7 of 12. Not only is this one going to be catching up with the events of Dark Crisis, we're also going to be seeing Malik, who this series is primarily focused on, really coming into his own as the new character Bolt, who has been given the powers from Black Adam. Teth Adam is basically dead, gone and out, and we have Malik trapped in the mirror dimension by the Mirror Master, and just seeing where things go from here, I'm really pumped. That last issue was fantastic, kind of placing this title, as well as moving Black Adam beyond a member of the Justice League of America, how he was before the end of the year wrapped up and the title ended with 75 at the death of the Justice League. So we got Black Adam back to being a villain, that he just doesn't cut the mustard as a team player or a hero, which we all knew that was coming. But this has been a phenomenal read. Definitely a heavy read. You get to spend some time in these and really flesh out these characters, the mythology that surrounds them and everything. So I'm really loving this. Next up, DC Universe's Lazarus Planet continues with the next one-shot, Assault on Krypton. So we'll be getting a Lazarus Planet issue every week for January and February. This is not an event title in the traditional sense. It is just a conclusion to Mark Waid's story that I mentioned earlier that started in World's Finest, went to Batman vs. Robin, and now concluding in this. It's really just the battle against the devil Nazar, who was introduced in World's Finest issue #1. And at this point, the Lazarus volcano has blown up. The Lazarus resin has consumed the planet, and we're going to see in this, it's going to be kind of spot hitting on different characters around the way on how that resin is affecting people differently. Most notably in this issue, we'll be following, obviously, John Kent, who's going electric blue, Power Girl, Mercy Graves herself, and Dreamer, who I believe is an original property character from the WB Arrowverse character stuff, who have successfully made their way into comic books. That is really cool when stuff like that happens. That's how we got Harley Quinn, after all, Nora Freeze, and other characters. So I'm all in on this event. I think there's a lot of fun concepts to play with, merging characters, increasing power, swapping them up, and just having fun especially when it's all based around our Magic characters. You never know when the Justice League Dark characters can really show up. There's been a lot of buildup of them in the last 2 years, and they've kind of been sidelined. Is this the event that they've been holding them back for? Is there going to be something beyond this that is going to take them to finally put it to bed? Needless to say, I'm there for the ride. Next up, DC Comics' new golden era continues in Stargirl, The Lost Children, issue 3 of 6 by the man himself, Jeff Johns. Hell yeah. And we get Stargirl and Red Arrow on the island here, and they have finally found the 8th Soldier of Victory wing, as well as surrounded by all these other sidekicks, these lost children that have been forgotten to time. Why are they not remembered? Why are they not in the record books? And why are they on this island, and who is holding them here? We're going to be getting the answers to some of those questions and probably adding even more questions to the list. I'm all in on this. Todd Knock is doing the art. It works perfectly for this book for me. I know a lot of people are hit and miss with that guy. I never really knew that until this book came out and I started hearing his name more, but I'm absolutely enjoying the hell out of this title. And finally, for my last guaranteed pull of the week, it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 104. And I forget the new writer on this since issue number 101, but I am loving it. I got that fire again for Power Ranger titles. We have Rita Repulsa's return as Mistress Vile, taking the name of her father, coming back more powered up, beast moding Zed, running the Rangers out the moon base, and kidnapping the new Green Ranger, while all the other Rangers are licking their wounds with new allies such as Goldar, Squat, Babu, who were previously villains of theirs, and trying to plan on how to get Matt back from Rita. All of this seems to be a plan for her to really impress and entice Dark Spectre, who's been being teased in these comics for more than 2 years now. Will he finally make his appearance? Will this be what gets him here? Or is it still just building up to another event where he might not even show up? All I know is this Dark Spectre stuff has been going for a while. I'm glad that they're doing that. This kind of stuff is really enjoyable when done right in comics. There's no reason to tease something and deliver it. Let it hang for a while. Keep us excited. Keep it going, but keep the stories fresh along the way. And that's what this new writer has done. I'm all in on this one as well. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're looking forward to this week. I want to know what's on everybody's list, as well as what did I miss off of my list. I know I had no indie titles hitting this week whatsoever, but I'm impressed with how many Marvel books actually hit my list. I'd like to see that continue to expand. As long as they're writing good books, I'll be happy to pick them up. But if you want to know what my top pick for this week is going to be and why, check out Chris the Comic Vet's channel. Every Sunday he posts a video where him and I both give you our top pick for the week going in blind and why you should consider picking it up. Chris also recently passed 1,000 subscribers and is planning his big celebration. You do not want to miss out on that. So go over there, give him a subscribe, and turn the notification bell on. And a big thank you to the Augusta Book Exchange. They are the keepers of my comics, the guardians of my pool box. They always make sure everything I'm looking for is waiting for me every week. When I get there, you'll find no better customer service anywhere. If you're ever in the Augusta area, hit them up, tell them we are Legion. And until next time, you already know we are Legion.